Hi, Tammy again. How are you? The other day, I told you that I say, when someone asks how old I am, I say I'm 5. And I told you I'd tell you the story about that. So that's what I'm going to do right now, is tell you that story. Back in 2018, so just before our 50th birthdays, we found out that Roy had colon cancer. Stage 3, right on the edge of stage 4. And so, you know, we had him all scheduled for surgery and, you know, go and get that taken care of and all that kind of mess. Everything that they tell you that you need to be doing for cancer. Now, we didn't let it get to us, like throwing us into a tizzy and stressing out about it. We had just finished a mindset camp called Enlightened Warriors, which was phenomenal. And if we hadn't done that, then our mindsets would have been completely different. But because we had just finished that camp, week-long camp, our mindset about this was not dive headlong into the, oh shit, we're gonna, you know, Roy's gonna die. It's the end of the world. What are we gonna do? No, we were very positive about this. And on a side note, if we had known then what we know now about the different things that he could have done, the route that we would have taken would have been completely different. Anyway, we had him scheduled for surgery. So we had him scheduled for surgery on a Friday. Wednesday, before that surgery, Roy had trouble, had really severe stomach pains, but thought he could handle it. About 2 o'clock in the morning, he's like, yeah, I can't do this anymore. We got to go to the hospital. So we had his surgery scheduled at the hospital in Gainesville, Georgia. And we were at the time living, where were we? I don't know, regardless. I think we were down in Lawrenceville, which is about an hour, a half an hour, 45 minutes, depending on traffic. That time of the night, you know, or the morning, it would have probably taken us like half an hour to get there. But the hospital that we ended up going to, because he was in such severe pain, was literally around the corner from the house. And when we got there, he ended up going to the emergency room. Come to find out, he had actually ruptured his colon. And if we hadn't gotten there, if we had driven to Gainesville, even that extra few minutes, he would have actually ended up with sepsis, whatever the word is, and died. So he ended up in surgery for that trauma surgery at this hospital in Lawrenceville. And when we were there in the emergency room and the doctor's talking to me, telling me what's going on, I had the wherewithal to ask him if while he was in there, he could go ahead and do the surgery for the cancer to get that removed. And he said, yeah, I'll see what I can do. Let's see how bad this is, and we'll go from there. Long story short, he was able to do it. So because we were in the hospital for that, we actually ended up being in the hospital for, and I say we because I did not leave his side. I did not. This was, of course, before 2020, all the shit show that happened there. And so I was able to stay in the hospital with him on that lovely couch, you know, that's so comfortable. But I didn't care. I didn't care. But for our birthdays, because our birthdays are 9 days apart, we were in the hospital. And in my mind, I have to take the negative things and put a positive spin on them. It's how I deal with that kind of stuff. So I have to find the good in all of this that happened. And I figured that since we were in the hospital for both of our 50th birthdays, then we would just be starting over again. It's like we're born again. We're in the hospital. You go to the hospital when you're, born. Most people, you're born in a hospital. So I figured we're just going to do that. Now it's going to be our starting over again. New life, new perspective on how we approach what we're doing in our world. Everything. Changing what we eat, changing how we, do everything. And since that time, we have changed a lot of things. We have changed our finances. We have changed what we eat. We have changed how we, we don't exercise because we really do a lot of physical labor with our work. And that's what we like, we enjoy, working and doing installations for the sign business. We enjoy working on the houses and doing physical stuff with the, like actually hanging drywall and cement board and, all that kind of stuff. So our physical activity is more, well, it's different than the normal going to the gym kind of thing. That's not our thing. When people ask me how old I am now, I tell them I'm 5. And I get the strangest of looks. I really don't care. Because I figure we've started over again. We're taking a more conscientious outlook on our lives since that happened with him. Because I feel like if we don't do that, what's the point? He almost died. Literally almost died. My heart would have been broken. I had the hardest time when I was in that hospital. Because I'm trying to be upbeat. I'm trying to be positive. I'm trying to encourage him to get up and walk. And he's got this gash that goes from his chest down. And it's open because of the way... It was really gross. I'm not going to get into serious details here because you guys would be really disgusted. But my point is that this affected our lives in such an impactful way that we dramatically changed everything that we did. And because of that, we now have several properties. We have, houses that are up for rent, that are rented, are making us an additional income besides the business. We are eating a lot better than we have. We're traveling a lot more. We're doing more of the things that we wanted to do before, but we were making excuses as to why we couldn't do them. Part of the reason why I want to tell you this story is because I want to encourage you to not wait. Please, for the love of God, Goddess, universe, spirit, whatever, please don't wait. Don't wait until something traumatic happens in your life to make some changes. Start small. Start with, 1% change. I don't know, you want to lose weight. Take a couple extra steps a day. You want to change your finances. Put a few extra bucks in the bank. Worst place, but still, it's better than nothing. Do something to change the way that you live your life. If you're not happy with where you are right now, small incremental changes are better than nothing. Because if you wait until something like this dramatic happens, we were lucky. We were so lucky that we didn't. Roy decided, and trust me, when it comes to pain, he and I both have very high pain tolerances. So it's like wait until it's a 9 or 10 before we say anything, 10 out of 10 before we say anything. And then it's like, no, let's be more realistic, or I hate that word. Let's be more proactive about this kind of thing. And before your pain level gets to an 8, 9, or 10, do something about the situation. And I'm going to be really harsh here. So if you're triggered, somebody who's got a sensitive side, then you might want to step out of the room, because this is going to get real, okay? Don't fucking wait. Because if you are the type of person who is going to wait until the last minute, things are going to fuck you up. Life is going to, if you keep putting off all the little signals that you get, life is going to keep getting a little harder and a little harder and a little harder until it kicks you in the ass. And you can make a choice. Choice. Don't tell me that you don't have choices. Don't tell me that you don't have options, because there are 19 options for everything. More than 19 different options. Some of them may seem completely ridiculous, but that doesn't matter. It's still an option. It's still a choice that you can make. So if you are in a situation or you're not living your best life, do something about it. Stop whining about it. Stop blaming the world. Stop bitching about everybody else not doing what they need to be doing. Start doing what you can do. Start stepping up to the plate and doing something about it. I am over everybody bitching about the things that they can't do. Life is too short, people. The reason we're here is to enjoy ourselves, not to whine and complain about this stuff. I did not intend to have this video go that direction, but that's the way it's gone. Because I think that's what needs to be said and needs to be heard. And it's not just the millennials. It's not just the Gen Z. It's all of us who are stuck in a business, who are stuck in a job, who are stuck in a life that we are not happy with. And we're whining and complaining about it instead of doing something about it. Because trust me, when I tell you, the choices that you make reflect out into your world, it is absolutely the truth. You want to hold on to the shit, you end up with colon cancer. You want to not let people know how you feel and that you love them and that you care about them, you end up with heartache. Because you didn't say something to someone and then you lost that someone. So, please, if you have something, I don't care if you have the most perfect life. Great. Oh my gosh, I am so happy for you. That is amazing. Then try and help somebody else. Pass it forward. Don't hold on to all that goodness for yourself. Let it go. Let some of that overflow into other people's worlds. Because as much negativity as there is out there, if you have the positivity and you have the goodness and you have the love in your heart, you can share with others and at least impact the people in your vicinity. And that's one of the reasons why I want to do this. I'm so passionate about doing this because I want to help you guys to realize you have the ability to change your lives. You do. You have it in you. I know sometimes it feels like you don't. I get that. I do. I've been there. I know how that feels. It fucking sucks. You feel like you have no place to go. You have no options. You're limited. You don't have the finances. You don't have a place to stay. You don't have friends who will support you. You don't have family. Whatever the reason is, I will tell you, there is a solution. In the short term, you may not like that solution, but it's a solution that moves you forward and gets you into the mindset of bringing better and bigger and better things to you. So it's better than not doing anything. It's better than not doing anything. I know this went a little bit hardcore, and I'm not going to apologize. I'm really not, because I think it needed to be said. As much for you as for me. Seriously. As much for you as for me. Because there are times that I forget. I get comfortable. You know, you're like, things are really going good. I don't need to do anything. I don't need to change anything. This is a good. But why keep just going on good? Why not move to better, greater, more amazing? spectacular, fucking fantastic. Why not move to that? And even beyond that, every time you level up, every time you get to an even better and better place, there's always better and better beyond that. There is. So just because you think you're in a great place now, you can always get better. Because you can get better and then help other people become better and do more of what they need in their lives. Your life may be spectacular. Woo! Party. I'm such a dork. Seriously. All right, so I'm done. Just throwing a temper tantrum, I guess. I wanted to let you know why I consider myself 5 years old and not 55. I'm almost 6. I'm actually 5.5 or 5 3/4 or 5 11/12. My birthday's in October. What are we on? September? October? I'm almost 6. Woohoo! I'll be able to start school soon. No, I'm not gonna do that mess. I'm always learning. Anyway, totally sidetracked. Squirrel. I'm at a park, and so all these people are walking by, having fun, here with their kids and their dogs, their little kids and their dogs. It's great. I love it. Anyway, so I just wanted to share with you, let you know that, you know, why I consider myself 5 11/12 and not 55. And I wanted to encourage you to do something with your lives. Change. Change is a good thing. Change is such a good thing. Anyway, all right, I'm rambling. Later. You guys have a great day. Remember, start living your life adventurously. It's the only way to go. Talk to you later. Bye.